Hi, I'm Neil.
And I'm Kayla Lynn.
Welcome to the Crause Crew. Welcome back to part 2 of our DIY patrol series, where we take you through the mods we've done to our patrol. In today's episode, we're going to take you through the Bullbar and then some electrical work. So let's go to the Bullbar. From our previous videos or pictures, I'm sure I'll put one in there, you'll see that the hoop of the Bullbar was silver. It is a stainless steel hoop from an Ironman bar. So with that, when you're running the bar light, you used to get quite a bad reflection off the back of the Bullbar. We actually had stuck black duct tape on the back just to prevent a bit of the glare. And so when we started making the things or the trims black, we thought, well, Bullbar also got to go. So we stripped it off, sanded it down, gave it some etching primer, and then the same black paint that we used on the flares. And this is the end result. Our next mod on the Bullbar was the replacement lights. The Ironman Bullbar, the original, has a fog light with a little rectangle indicator. We'll put a picture up with the original in there. The original fog lights had broken and they weren't working, so I started looking for replacements. I know that Ironman do sell a an LED replacement, but they're super expensive and didn't want to pay that much for replacement lights. So I started Googling, came up with a few ideas of what we wanted to do. From there, took to cardboard and some masking tape. We made a lot of templates, tried a lot of things. My wife was in and out between the house and the garage coming to check and see. We first started off with a single light that was just blank. Not sure how we came about it, but I think we eventually said a double light will look pretty cool. What I did is, after I got the shape I wanted, I kind of copied the original shape to just give you that it blends with the Bullbar. Sorry about the blemishes. We have some trail rash. Once we were happy with more or less the design we were going for, and we knew the shape and everything and how it was actually going to look, I started building a prototype. I just used some sheet metal, some flat bar, spot welded stuff together, found some old pipe in the garage, cut that up to get the alignment of the lights right. So I basically built a prototype. You'll see I was sitting with little cardboard cutouts to try and fit the lights, and it's quite busy at the back of the bracket, and it was quite difficult to position the two lights and get their mountings like 100% correct and get them orientated correctly. But yeah, sat with cutting out cardboard cutouts and taping them into place, and then when I was happy with how it fits, copied that onto some sheet metal and then tacked it all in place and basically built the prototype.
We're gonna see if it works or not. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Ooh!
Are they both on?
Yeah. Oh, that looks so cool, Ify. That looks really cool.
Oh, wow.
I like it, I like
Want to
it.
look at it from a distance?
Yeah.
Okay. Right light.
Yeah.
Got it. Couple indicator. On the back of the sheet metal, there's a flat bar welded in that follows the profile in the Bullbar. So it slots in, and then it has another bracket from the back that bolts on to hold basically clamp the two pieces with the sandwiching the Bullbar in between. And once I was happy with that, luckily for me, we have a family member in the call it technical design business from Precision CAD. We'll put a link in the description. You can go and check out the work he does. So yeah, he basically helped with taking my design and my prototype I built, and he mocked up a 3D image of that, and then from there we tweaked a little bit of the measurements, and then he would put that into a cutting list, and then he got that off to laser cutting. We also put tabs in it to make sure everything aligns once it comes back from laser cutting, so everything lines up. Yeah, then once we got all the bits and pieces back from laser cutting, I had to get to welding everything together. Once we welded everything together, make sure everything lined up, fitted the lights, tested the lights, and then went to paint. And yeah, that's the final product. The lights we went with is a 4-inch, I think they're called a Jeep light. Battled to find them in South Africa for exactly what I was looking for. So you'll see it's a LED light with a daytime running light. Except we'll show you now that this outside one, the daytime running light, is also an indicator. I ended up ordering them off of Amazon. It was the only place I could find the light with the function that I wanted. Okay, so we'll just run through some of the other mods that we've done on the Bullbar. We installed this little, I think it's a 10-inch dual row bar light. You gotta love the cover. Haven't come up with a solution for the cover yet, but yeah, we got this little bar light here. We're running a 12,000 pound Ironman winch, but the original owner had the winch control box mounted up top in the center. Obviously the bar light didn't fit with the winch control box there, so I made a new little bracket. I still need to paint that bolt, but this bolt holds the new bracket in place. And if you peep in here, you can see there is the plug for the winch control box. So the winch control box sits behind the Bullbar, neatly tucked away, and you can get to the plug to plug in your wireless connection or the remote control. With the extra 2 fog lights, that bar light and the light up top, we ran into a little bit of a wiring issue and ran out of switches inside the Patrol. There's not a lot of place for additional switches, so we had to get a little bit creative on that. But for now, let's check inside the bonnet. She's a little dusty. This is not my sweetie. Those are just rat blocks to stop rats from eating up the car. Like I mentioned, we ran into a little bit of problem with switches and fuses and all that, and I wanted to make sure everything was 100% fused. So I found this little box while I was actually looking for the lights on Amazon. Came across this little box, a little bit tough to get into. Okay, so this little box, you'll see it's got nice seals underneath. It's got very good seals, so it is 100% waterproof, dustproof, maybe not 100% but 95% probably. So I built this little bracket to position this relay slash fuse box. We have a relay for each bar light, and then left and right relays for left and right fog lights, and then everything is run through fuses. So yeah, that's a neat little cover to just keep everything fused, that we don't have power issues down the road. Okay, we'll take you inside. In the light mods, you'll see that the entire dash was stripped. So we basically ran all the wiring from that little electric box in the front, or the little relay fuse box, ran the wiring loom inside the dash. That's obviously to run all the lights.
Hi, husband.
You okay?
Yeah, you okay?
Yeah.
Okay. When you're really eager to test out the Patrol, and there's like half of it missing because you're waiting for parts.
Work in progress and waiting for parts. If you look down here, the Patrol has it's got space for one little button over there, and we needed more than one. So toyed around with a few ideas. The original dash, I don't know if it's just like a little tray above the radio where you can store little stuff. Kind of pointless. You can't keep much in there, and if you flying over the bumps, everything goes flying out. So it was kind of pointless, and it was kind of nice in a central position. I know that you do get aftermarket switch panels that replaces the panel at the bottom here to run additional switches, but I didn't want all the switches there. I wanted them close. Then again, got hold of Precision CAD. They helped out again with how do you say, bringing my idea to life, and we came up with this switch panel. I gave him some measurements, basic drawing of what I wanted, and he made again a 3D model. Once we're happy with the 3D model, he printed the first prototype. What we ran into is we didn't allow enough height for the switches. The original one was much lower, so the switches sat closer to the radio, but then the back of the switches and the wiring was pressing up against the radio, so it was popping the switches out, so we had to extend a little bit to make space for the plugs on the back of the switches. Again, the switches all off of Amazon. Battle to find in South Africa the correct labeling, if you can call it that. So basically what we have, the front locker, compressor, rear locker, that's wishful thinking. Hopefully future mods. So for now, these are they're just there for show. We have the light bar on the roof, the light bar on the bullbar, and we have the fog lights. And then while we were busy, we wired the winch into a switch in the dash as well.
What you busy doing, love?
Me, doing the wiring. I think I know what I'm doing. I'm doing the wiring so that we can have a button inside and we go winch, winch, winch. That we don't have to climb out and plug everything in and all that stuff. So there'll be a switch inside to winch from the inside.
Interesting.
And then, yeah, that is our switch panel to make provision for all the extra switches we want to run. And we angled the switches so that you can still keep functionality of this little cubbyhole should we wanted to use it, and that still manages to close up. Okay, so yeah, we have the winch isolation switch, so you'd first have to flick that one before the actual winch control would work, but you also do have to have the wireless little module in the winch control box. But yeah, that's just a little isolator switch, so if that's in that position, the winch switch on the dash will not have any function.
What did we say this looks like in like Didi and Dexter, like the
ejecto,
yeah,
ejecto seat. That's the switch panel that runs all the extra lights and accessories. Okay, so the little blue lights you see shining on the dash is the new dash panel with its switches. See, if you switch the lights off totally, they're off, and then you can switch them on. We're missing one of the switches. It's on its way. Okay, so this is park lights. Okay, that is fog lights. Fog lights off. Normal lights on. Fog lights on. This is our brights. As you can see, we can see a lot with our brights. And then you welcome the bar light. Now it's bright.
We hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you for watching. Just remember to subscribe and like and hit the notification bell so that you can see our future mods videos, which we are excited for.
More mods coming soon. Bye. Is it recording?
Yes.
Okay, well, let's just record this one and then you can do another one.
Okay. Thank
Okay.
you.
1, 2, 3.
You got it.
First. He then basically made a 3D copy of it, and then I don't know what you call it. Put it in.
Where's your ring? Boy.
Luckily for me, we have a family member in the technical drawing. What do you call it?
What?
You're also coming. Okay, come. We're filming.
Ow, ow, ow.
Okay, so